friends, this review is for Uncomplicate by Kel McCord. If you want to check out my review, I have just posted that. So if you're on YouTube, there's a link in the description below. And if you're on my blog, the details are in the post. And this is the video review. So Uncomplicated by Kel McCord. This was so good. You know, as soon as anything has the word like complicated or complex or complexity in it, that there is going to be drama and there is going to be fun, and I just knew it. And Uncomplicated sounded like they had a bit of a challenge to do, so I just loved it from the title alone. I was so excited. Hollis has a new boss, Ainsley, who is becoming a bit of a threat to the plans she's had to work her way up the corporate ladder. So she and Ainsley, they share this attraction, but an office policy means they cannot explore it publicly, and suddenly Hollis finds that sort of they must reevaluate what they want if she also wants to keep the love and life that she has found now with Ainsley. So like I said, stories like this, okay, always deliver on the drama, properly deliver. And nothing is more fun than like a fierce attraction, career goals, and affairs of the heart amongst corporate politics, because corporate politics are the worst, right? So Hollis was really career focused and driven, but not in an over ambitious way that people are often portrayed. She had her plan and she knew what she was doing with it, and then Ainsley comes along just to, like, you know, just rock it a little bit. And she's just determined and realistic, and she cared about her colleagues. Hollis really cared about her colleagues. So she had a great connection with her best friend at work, Harrison. They had some fabulous moments, which really sort of brought some laughs and some giggles. And especially when Ainsley turned up, because they were assessing things and guessing things, and get back to all the office politics, like Kel had built them in perfectly into the story. And then the moment they met, so the moment Hollis and Ainsley met, this chemistry was just sizzling between them with an awkwardness that just screamed this was going to be like an intense ride for them both. Of course, like I said, it's got uncomplicated in the title, so like all romances, it wasn't without complications. However, do you know what? They dealt with the situation really well, and they sort of found themselves in it, and then they were dealing with it in like really quite an expert way, really, get around the office policy. And then Ainsley made a decision, because obviously being boss had to make a decision that Hollis didn't agree with, and that's when my heart started to break for them both at this point, because they were doing that typical thing where they weren't talking to each other, but they were both kind of stuck at the mercy of others. If they wanted to be together, they had to, like, sacrifices had to be made. And Ainsley really took the brunt of the fallout, and I completely understood Hollis's anger towards her about it, but I wish she hadn't just jumped to the conclusions. Luckily, she had good friends who sat her down, talked to her, made sense of it, made her reevaluate the situation. But there were lots of super cute moments between them to keep the balance, and it made lots of memorable moments in the story of happiness, and just shared like a really lovely feeling around. So it was such a great story, it kept me hooked from start to finish, and I absolutely loved it, and I hope you will too. So I'll pop a link in the description for you to grab a copy of Uncomplicate by Kel McCord, which I hope you will. If you've read Uncomplicate, would love to know what you thought of it. Please do share and let us know. And if you haven't read it yet, but you're planning to read it, you're now super intrigued, or it's on your to be read list, then again, please do let us know, because it's always great to find out what you are interested in reading. And if you do read it, I really, really, really hope you enjoy it. Bye.